Head shape was all messed up. They caught me on a bad angle, man.
You in there? Let's see.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, you gotta make sure you up in there. Yeah, okay.
I think it's going.
But why it says orientation is locked? Why say that again?
Let's see. Let me pull it up and see.
Yeah,
It's going.
I'll pull it up right now. Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No, but we sideways. We in there, but we sideways.
So they got to turn your phone up sideways. Turn it sideways and see what you look good. Just have to turn your phone sideways.
Oh, that God.
Hey. Ready?
Yeah,
Hey, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
We are the Hebrew Israelites who come in week and week out, prophesy the downfall of this wicked ass queen known as America, but in the scriptures it's known as Babylon the Great. We're coming back at you, brothers and sisters, with another weekend sit down. And before we get started, we're gonna give infinite honor and praise to the Most High and His Son,
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash.
Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, men who have labored and suffered in this truth for over 30 plus years, making their lives and their bodies a living sacrifice. Also like to send shalom to the hopefully elected 1/3 of the nation of Israel, as well as Akim, not named GMS, but walking one body, one spirit in Yahweh Shai. To you all, shalom.
Shalom.
Well, we're just gonna get into the punishment of the wicked. Yeah, we're just gonna get into the punishment of the wicked. And we see, and the reason I say that is because, majority of our people see society as, see it as nothing wrong with today's society. The way things are going and the way things are panning out and whatnot, they don't see anything wrong with that. But and most importantly, they don't see anything wrong with the people who are in charge of today's society. When you speak on things of retribution, recompense, things of that payback, a lot of people don't want to hear that, man. Let's just call a spade a spade. They don't want to hear that. They stuck on, the love for everyone. And it's clear this society shows no love to you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Show no love, And let me clarify something. We're not a hate group. We are mad. Matter of fact, read it real quick. Ecclesiastes. Oppression makers a wise man mad. Read it real quick. We're not a hate group, but we are angry, and we have plenty of reason to be angry. These people are gonna pay. These people are gonna pay.
All right, it's Ecclesiastes 7:7. And we read, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And that's the problem with our people, man. Jobs, different positions given in these jobs and whatnot. Bonuses. The list goes on and on. We're going with it. But oppression, to understand that we're being oppressed and that someone has to pay for this, man. Someone has to pay for this. In this man's society, murder has what you call no statute of limitation. Matter of fact, grab that in Exodus, I think it's the 21st chapter. He that stealeth a man, and he be found in his hand. This is the reason why that they don't have an expiration date on murder. This is the reason why, and we're gonna get it. And then after that, grab Ecclesiastes 3:15, where it says, "The Lord Most High required that which is a past, This is the reason why there's no expiration date on the charge, which is called murder. Bring that up.
This is Exodus 21:16, and we read, and he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
He shall surely be put to death. Now this devil, this so-called white man, you understand what I'm saying? Hey, from his wicked way of understanding things, he has thoroughly combed through the scriptures and seen certain precepts, scriptures and whatnot, through his theologians and his scholars and whatnot. They made the best sense possible of these scriptures, you know what I'm saying? So he based his society off of from a wicked perspective. You understand? So that's the reason why there's no limitation on the statute of murder, because there's no limitation on what he done to the Lord's people. Now, right at Bakushah, Ecclesiastes 3:15.
It's Ecclesiastes 3:15. And we read, that which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and the Most High requireth that which is past.
And the Most High required that. Just like he required you to do time for the crime you done, might have been a youth, you're old elderly man, whatnot, you know what I'm talking about? Now mind you, the same don't hold, it don't hold the same water, the same value when it's dealing with them, but when it's coming to you, these things hold fast. The letter of the law is going to be acted out.
This is Proverbs 11:21, and we read, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And this is for you, Jake, out there too, man. Hey, look, listen, the wicked's not going to go unpunished, so don't be hand join in hand, trying to chase the American dream, trying to save Esau, trying to save Ham or any of these other nations, man. We're supposed to be focused, letting our eye be seen. We're supposed to be worrying about these laws, statutes, and commandments now. Seeking the favor of the Father, not trying to seek the favor of the world, trying to please the world, you know? So just bring that back. This is Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. This is the Lord telling you what's going to happen. This is prophecy. Wicked's not going to go unpunished. America's going to be destroyed by way of what? Thermonuclear destruction. But many of things has to come to pass before those nukes fly. We got famine, we got pestilence, we got race wars, we got natural disasters, we got martial law. We got a lot of things coming now. So wait, we urging you to get right, man, because the Lord said, what? The wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of what? Of the righteous shall be delivered.
Shall be delivered. Nahum, I think the first chapter. Grab Nahum, the first chapter, around about the third verse.
You said,
Nahum. It's either Nahum 1 and 3 or Nahum 3 and 3. One of the two. Grab from the box shop. Just
1 and 3 or 3 and 3?
1 and 3.
Okay.
See what it's like. Yeah, bring it out.
This is Nahum 1 and 3, and we read.
Real quick. He just said that the wicked shall not go unpunished, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, and it behoove our people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, to let go of this fixation or this fetish that you have for these other people, man. You know, this Stockholm syndrome that you have for these other nations, you know, trying to assimilate and be like, you know. So, you know, anyway, go ahead, because unbeknownst to you, the wickedness that has been produced and is being acted out, even by our people, is going to be checkmate. Go ahead,
This is Nahum 1 and 3, and we read, Yahweh is slow to anger.
Slow to anger. Now, mind you, now the Lord, a day with the Lord is like 1,000 years. That's one day. So it may have seemed, 5, 6 centuries ago. It may seem like a long time, but man, that ain't nothing but a battle knife to the Lord. But in your eyes, it seems to be a long time. Go ahead,
And great in power.
Great in power.
And will not at all acquit the wicked. Yahweh have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm.
That was the point right there.
Okay.
He will not at all acquit the wicked. He would not at all acquit the wicked. And actually, and that's going to 2/3 of our people as well. But the wicked is talking about these people who rule over us, who make these legislations, man. Who come out with these phony ass scenarios, for lack of better words, These people have been pulling the rug out from under our feet since they come into power, since the Renaissance,
And this is why the Lord says this. We urge you to not cleave on to these heathen nations, especially Esau, Edom. We urge our people not to do that. Why? Because the Lord hates this man, and he's going to be cut off, all right, forever. After he serves his 1,000 years of captivity, he's going to be cut off forever. So we urge you to don't partake in this man's destruction on this go-round. Because the 2/3 will be brought back in the kingdom by way of the elect, through the elect's loins. But you will suffer a destruction here You know what I mean? And what we're here to do is to prophesy the downfall and the destruction of this kingdom and to tell our people to repent. All right, Romans chapter 9 and 13, and we read, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So the Lord says he hates Esau, right? What shall we say then? What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. No, there's not. There's not unrighteousness with the Most High. So we're trying to tell you what? Hey, repent. Because the Lord's going to cut Esau off by way of slaughter. They ain't cutting Esau off. If I can grab that real quick.
Go ahead, you got it.
Obadiah. This is Obadiah 1 and 8. And go on to 9 and we read. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men of Edom? The Lord said he's going to destroy it, and understanding out of the mount of Esau. And the mighty men, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau shall, may be cut off by slaughter. So Esau is going to be cut off by slaughter, every one of them. So how is it wise to cleave on to this man? How is it wise to worship this man? To be found next to this man or joined unto this man? It is not wise. And this is what our message is. The wicked's not going to go unpunished.
Not at all.
So it is wise. We will behoove you to seek the law, seek the Father's face by keeping what? The law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah, just like the brother just brought out, hey, that's not a wise thing to do, because even in this man's society, they deem you guilty by association. And the Lord will deem you guilty by association. Tell you to leave these people alone, man. The same standards that this man has set up his society on to prove you guilty. That's going to be a trick bag for you to be guilty in the day of the Lord's return, thinking you're doing something valiant, something honorable by trying to save your captive. Matter of fact, let's go to you got something? If you do, go ahead. If not, we're going to go ahead. You got it.
I'll go to Isaiah 14:10.
Yeah. You got that in the
Jeremiah?
No. Go ahead. That Isaiah 14 started to matter of fact, grab it in the NLT.
Okay, gotcha.
Grab it in the NLT. Because the reason why we grab this scripture right here is to show you that in the blue letter is called Israel's taunt. Because that's a recompense, man. Things are going to be set right. Right now everything is topsy-turvy. But in the day of the Lord's return, and we set things back in its proper, in its proper flow of things, everybody and everything is going to rejoice, including the trees, the animals. It was proved that those people that are in the state of Israel are not the people of the Lord. You got that?
It's the NLT, right?
Yeah, start at the top. Man.
All right.
Yeah, start at the top.
All right. So Isaiah 14 and 10. And the NLT, starting at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, you went 14:10? Right.
No. Start at the top. Start at the top.
And we read.
It's the NLT, right?
NLT.
Okay, come on.
But the Lord will have mercy on the descendants of Jacob.
The descendants of Jacob. Who are the descendants of Jacob? The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Because after Jacob wrestled with the angel, he was rightfully given that name, Israel, which means in the Paleo Hebrew is Yasha'Allah. He is the Prince of Power. Which he was that already, but after he did what he did, because before Israel, the name Israel, we would call the sons of God.
Right.
So that's just giving him his name.
Right.
Now you bestowed that name. You've been given that name. Go ahead out.
He will choose Israel as his special people once again.
Choose Israel as his special people once again. The descendants of Jacob, and he will choose Israel as his special people once again. There ain't no room, no wiggle room when he said everybody. It says Israel. Jacob, Israel. Chosen once again to be his special people. Go ahead out.
Hey, and if I may just add just real quick, he's going to redeem us. And when you get into redeem means to buy, and re means back. So when you break that word down, it means to buy back. You know, to continue, it says, he will bring them back to settle once again in their own land.
In their own land. So the Lord is supposed to bring us back to settle in our own land. So the people that are in the land of Israel now, who are those people? Because it's obvious that the Lord has not brought them back. It says that the Lord is going to bring us back. You know, not by no signing no paperwork, the Balfour Declaration, the purchasing of the land of Israel in 1948. None of that's mentioned in the scripture.
And people from many different nations will come and join them there and unite with the people of Israel.
And that goes into the strangers or the Israelite foreigners that may look like these other people, these other nations, you know. Throughout wartime, you know, a lot of Jakes that went to the Korean War, they went to the Vietnam War, they went to World War II, you know, they went to these wars abroad, man, and laid seed down.
Right,
you know, and had sons with these women, with these other women of other nations. And over generations, you know, the Second World War been over 80 years ago. The Vietnam War been right at 50 years ago. You know, the Korean War been, you know, and so, you know, given that, those children, those men children have laid seed down with women that look like their mothers.
Just to back you up, you can look. You can look this up. Just Google how many soldiers, so-called black soldiers, fought over there in the Vietnam War. You know what I'm saying? And even you can see it on movies as well. You know, we getting with Vietnamese women. You know what I'm saying? Them saying, you know, they want the black man out. You know, there's movies on this. You can go look this up.
Yeah.
You know, and we left seed, you know, and you know, over there across seas.
And that's going into those strangers that are cleaved on to the house of Israel. Now we're going to go into another section of strangers. Keep reading out.
All right. Join us. The nations of the world will help the people of Israel to return, and those who come to live in the Lord's in Yahweh's land will serve them.
That's going into these other nations. That's going into these so-called white folks, which are biblically known as Esau. That's going into these so-called Japanese folks known biblically as Ammon. That goes into these so-called African folks that are biblically known as Hamites. That goes into these Chinese folks, Korean folks, Chinese folks, biblically known as Moab. You get the picture. You get the picture. Read that again up.
God. The nations of the world will help the people of Israel return, and those who come to live in Yahweh's land will serve them.
Real quick. The nations of the world will what?
Will help the people of Israel to return.
Stop right there. Now, there was a thing that was going on here, I want to say around the mid-90s, end of the 90s, early 2000s, where Israel had this so-called edict out where they wanted all the people to return to Israel. You know, they had this Gomi fund, you know what I'm talking about, you know, you had white folks all off the East Coast, Massachusetts, and Maine, and you know, some, and you know, in Florida and whatnot, that was getting on these flights going back to Israel. And they had a Gomi fund. This is real talk. They had a Gomi fund where the people of the nations of the world were helping them go back to Israel. See how they try to step in your shoes?
How about that? That's fun.
This is real. I mean, these folks is the true identity thieves. True identity thieves. Go ahead, Absalom. Go start back at the top there and read it.
The nations of the world will help the people of Israel to return, and those who will live in the Lord's land will serve them. And who captured Israel will those who captured Israel will themselves be captured, and Israel will rule over their enemies.
That says a whole lot right there. That says a whole lot right there. Those, you're going to serve the Israelites. You're going to serve them in the Lord's land, in their land. You're going to serve them. And those who captured Israel will be captives themselves. Now that don't sound like that, you know, that the blessing of the kingdom is for everybody. You know, you're going to have servants. You're going to have handmaids. If you got a kingdom, all kings, you know, that rule kingdoms and whatnot, they have to have servants. It's going to be no different for the nation of Israel. Go ahead, Al. Yeah, right. You gonna make it good?
I'm good. Those who captured Israel will themselves be captured, and Israel will rule over their enemies.
Rule over them.
In that wonderful day when the Lord, Yahweh, gives his people rest from sorrow and fear, from slavery and chains, you will taunt the king of Babylon. You will say.
Matter of fact, Bible, should I read that again? Go back where it said that you will be given rest.
Come.
Back to
Right
that.
now, okay. Come. It says, in that wonderful day when the Lord gives his people rest from their sorrow, from sorrow and fear.
Sorrow and fear. This is Luke chapter 1, and I'm going to start at, verse 68, and it reads, Blessed be the Lord Yahweh of Israel, for he had visited and redeemed his people, and had raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David. That's going back to Zechariah, father of John the Baptist. You know, speaking about Yahweh Shai, being raised up to save who? Israel. It says right here, go read that again about your enemies.
It says, in that, those who captured Israel will themselves be captured, and Israel will rule over their enemies.
Their enemies. Now keep reading.
In that wonderful day when Yahweh gives his people rest from sorrow and fear.
And verse 70, it says, and he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since before the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. That's that rest.
Right.
That's coming.
Right.
That's what we're seeing. That's what this is all culminating to. It's all building up to that day, to this time right here, because this prophecy has not been fulfilled yet. Neither has this one. Go ahead, I'll keep reading.
It says, from slavery and chains.
Slavery and chains.
You will taunt the king of Babylon.
You're going to be laughing at y'all. Somebody pursuant to what that is, Proverbs 1:26, when the Lord said that he should laugh when your calamity come upon you. You're going to be in straits. You're going to be in a difficult, jacked up position. You other nations. Go ahead,
You will say, the mighty man has been destroyed.
Hey, America was known as the hammer of the world, man. They had all the guns, they had all the big guns and whatnot, talking about keeping everybody in check with that fake money. That time is come and gone. Like that man said on the day after tomorrow. I'm afraid that time is come and gone.
That's right. Hey, when you look Esau in the face in the kingdom and you look and you say, was this the man that shook kingdoms? Well, you say, oh, this the man. See, we all gonna know why this man. See, it's just not the Lord just want to destroy a nation of people out of the whole planet. When he's being treated how he's treated in the kingdom and his ass get rounded up and destroyed, we gonna know why.
Yep, exactly.
You get this man a leg up, oh, he gonna fuck up out here. If you give him power to build cities in this earth, that's the wicked, man. That's the cancer. All right, he's the one who bought GMO food. He's the one who had porno websites all out here. #1 leading websites on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? He's the one who got toxic chemicals in the atmosphere, man. So forth and so on. You know what I'm saying?
Pushing this man.
You know?
Go ahead,
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It says, the mighty man has been destroyed. You will say the mighty man has been destroyed. Yes, your insolence is ended.
Your insolence, your proud, pompous behavior, that Donald Trump mentality. Make America great, America first, and all that crap right here. I'm talking about. Right. Your insolence has ended. Go ahead,
for Yahweh has crushed your wicked power.
Your wickedness. Hey, you ever seen a pecan put in a nutcracker? That's how y'all gonna be doing, like a pecan put in a nutcracker, just crush that shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Righteously so, man. Go ahead.
And broken your evil rule.
And your evil rule. The big brother just laid it out, man. GMO foods. You got fluoride water. You got estrogen in the tap water. You know what I'm talking about? You mean, come on, man. It was a video one of the brothers put on I want to say it was a group chat. It might have been a body chat. Where this girl said she went to Israel and ate some fruit and whatnot. And she was like, damn, you struggling here. and she was like, she realized that she had never really ate real food.
Oh wow.
And I made a comment to that degree a while back to the brothers, if you were born at a certain period of time, because, me being a little older, I remember when we had to grow the peas, the eggplants, the corn, the turnips, you know what I'm saying, the strawberries, so forth and so on. I remember this. And it wasn't until I became a teenager we started going to stores and getting canned goods with these products.
I remember you said that.
You follow what I'm saying? So, and around about 1980, we started, things changed, I haven't eaten real bananas. Bananas have seeds, though. You follow what I'm saying? Point is that your evil rule has come to an end.
That's right, God.
That's the point.
God.
And for our people that to say that we're not impressed, I'm doing fine, I'm gonna hit 9 balls on the golf course today, this and that. But then you go home and eat a steak that's been 3D made or something. Chinese got a bunch of waste and shit, made a steak for your ass.
Out of feces.
Out of feces.
But you living good.
You ain't oppressed though,
Good God. Hey, you struck the people with endless blows of rage.
I'm talking about, man, yeah, month after month, year after year, talking about, let's go back to the early 2000s when they knocked down them 2 front teeth out of New York City. Yeah, when they knocked down them 2 front teeth out of New York City.
The Twin Towers.
The Twin Towers, you understand? It's been draconian legislation since, a lot of us can go back to that point.
The Patriot Act.
The Patriot Act. Yeah. A book thicker than this table is tall. Come on now.
Off of wicked rule.
What are those that? Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab it real quick.
I know what it is, but I'm gonna let you grab it.
I'm gonna grab that real quick. What are those who unrighteous decree?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 10:1, and it reads, "Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed."
Hey, now that was wicked for the Patriot Act for you to be tapping in on my conversation. That's personal, man. What if I'm talking to my woman? Right? And we getting kind of, you know what I mean? Personal. Why are you listening to that? What if we go all the way? We go on the phone. What is that your business, man? It's between the man and his wife. But guess who's listening on that other end? He ain't just listening. He press record on that. He can bring that back on you, man. That's wicked, man. Not just that. I mean, he has many of other wicked, legislations and stuff that he has passed. Like,
Oh, you got it.
right. The limp wrist people. Yeah, you can't say nothing about them. You know what I'm saying? He has passed many of laws and stuff that are unrighteous, man.
That are contrary. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, contrary.
That are contrary to the law, statutes, commandments, man.
Uh-huh.
That are just plain out unholy.
That's right.
ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and LGBTs and with all that springs more wickedness. It leaves the door open to all kind of madness and whatnot. Just like I said, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, man. That is unrighteousness, man. Because guess what? If they feel like they got a leg up in the society, broken wrists, you know what I'm talking about? Sashing and carrying on and all that other crap. Then what about the ones that like to play with little cheer? They want they, you know what I'm talking about? It'll never end, man. That's why the scripture said, your wicked rule. He put an end to your wicked rule, man.
But when it comes down to us, though, Israelite men trying to, do right, trying to do our best, what happens? You put us on child support. You got a woman against us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hitting us with what? Endless blows of rage, bro.
You endless blows.
You get us. We on child support. You got the Romans checking us. Our woman ruling over us. Our children get to rule over us, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't nothing over here. We're worth less than a stray dog out here, man. And Babylon. You give us what? Constant, endless blows of rage. And held the nations in your angry grip.
Yeah.
With unrelenting tyranny.
Yeah, going in with what the deal is now. It's a big uproar about the BRICS nations. You know why? Because guess what? They call themselves dumping the U.S. dollar, man. You know why? Because the United States get upset with with all these little tedious nations and whatnot, and they want to put sanctions on people, man. Can care less about a mother out there on the streets of whatever country it is trying to feed their children. They can care less about that, man. If the United States can't push their agenda on these people, man, they're willing to starve out the least of the people throughout the whole planet.
That's right.
So you have the nations in your grip.
That's right.
But your time coming.
That's right.
You know? You got it all.
Now it can sing again. Even the trees of the forest, the cypress trees and the cedar of Lebanon, cedars of Lebanon, sing out the joyous song. Since you have been cut down, no one will come now to cut us down.
That's the point. That's the point.
Woo! Even the trees are going to rejoice that you are off of the planet, man.
Since you've been cut down, we ain't got to worry about being deforestation. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't got to worry about them putting up a big ass mega mall over here. You know what I'm talking about? Pavement everywhere, concrete cities and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Did you say that if you leave him to his own devices, he'll fill the faces of the world with cities? And you got to cut down trees to do that? Who doing that? Matter of fact, grab Proverbs 29 and 2 real quick while we stop. Because this is another point, this is another dagger at those folks in the land. Because the trees, everything, every living organism on this planet, the earth itself gonna be happy, man. When this two-legged beast be taken out of power, when the Lord strike him down, you know what I'm talking about?
God. This is Proverbs 29 and 2.
Yeah.
And we read, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
People rejoice. Go ahead.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And everybody's mourning, man. There's wars, rumors of wars. You got proxy wars everywhere. You got wars on resources and whatnot. What you think this all about, man? When you want to invade someone's country or put up a puppet government, man, or a puppet leader or whatnot, you want them resources, man. That belongs to them people. The Lord divided the nations according to the bounds of the children of Israel. You know, when He told us to go into the land of Canaan, that wickedness had been fulfilled, man. He said, look, go here, take this land, I'm gonna give you this land, but mind you, don't do what they do. You know. But then guess what? The land was given to them. This man want to remove boundaries and everything, man. He want to remove boundaries and everything. Matter of fact, I think that's in Isaiah. Go to Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Matter of fact, where he laughed about this. This clown. Now this is a real. You know that clown on what that is. What that clown on Batman.
The Joker.
The Joker. This is the real Joker here, man. This so-called white man.
And, now that you speak about that, Joker, just to, say a quick point. In this movie, just a quick point while the brother grabbed his precept. In this movie, since he mentioned Joker, we got to be on the good side. Esau is the Joker. We're playing that role of Batman, so to speak. We're the good guys, all right? You know what I mean? And he playing the role of Joker. He's destructive. He cares about nobody's life. He kills anybody beside him. He has no type of honor. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, this is who this dude is, man. We're the good guys, man. In any story, there's a good guy and a bad guy. Esau is the bad guy. All right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. This is Isaiah 10, and I'm going to start at verse 13, and it reads, for he said, by my strength of my hand I have done it. I've done it. This is a braggadocious man. We're going to put this jacket on you so-called white folk, man. He said, and by my wisdom I am prudent. It's a proud, somebody the scripture say, you don't exalt yourself, you let somebody else exalt you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He say he wise and he's smart all at the same time. He giving all these accolades himself, coming up with what that is, IQ and all that old crap.
Right.
Big himself up, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, let's keep reading. It says, and by my wisdom I am prudent. I have removed the bounds of the people. I have removed, that's what, he removed the bounds. This man, nigga, because Job 9 and 24, it says that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Mm-hmm. So this whole planet earth is his. That's how he look at it, man.
Right.
America has no bounds as far as people are concerned. You can have a Ammonite, which is Japanese, a Moabite, which is Chinese, a Hamite, which is an African. Israelites, you so-called black, Latinos, and Native Americans, and these Esau, these so-called white folks, all call y'all self one people.
The fuck that? Yeah. Yeah, that
You feel what I'm saying? That don't even make no sense. Anyway, I don't want to get off the point. Let me keep reading. It says, and my wisdom I have, by my wisdom I am prudent. I have removed the bounds of the people, all the landmarks, and I have robbed their treasures, the resources. You set up these public governments and whatnot, man, so they can rob the people. Look at Venezuela down there, man.
That's right. If I may with the Venezuela, you know, you got Nicolas Maduro. I haven't looked over there, but last time I checked was a minute ago. Nicolas Maduro was in power. I don't know if he still is, but they had Juan Guaido, which was a CIA trained, you know, that was trained by the U.S. You know, sent over there to topple the government over there in Venezuela, and to put Juan Guaido in that position to give U.S. access to the world's largest reserves of oil.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So this man, that's how he moves, man.
What did he say? What he just said? He said, and I have robbed their treasures. You know, I want to go in there and remove him because he ain't playing ball with him. You know what I'm saying?
If he can't play ball, he kill you.
He wants you out of there. You know what I'm talking about? And I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. You know what I'm talking about? You know, with his arms. He don't just come and just, you know, take. He want to put you to work, enslave the people, with sanctions and shit. You know, this slick ass. You know what I'm saying? Nasty ass light store and knuckle dragging caveman, man.
Hey, Rome used to do that. They used to not just take you, destroy you, just to make you pay taxes, pay tribute.
Pay tribute,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what taxes are.
Yeah.
And you know, we do not. It's to this very day we still pay tribute to these people, man. Pull out a damn fiat currency out your pocket and see what nationality people on that damn thing. You still paying tribute to these people, man. And it reads, it says, verse 14, and I have found slack. And my hand found as a nest of riches of the people. When they came into Puerto Rico, they call that Puerto Rico rich port. What his name? Columbus.
Oh yeah.
He coming there, man. You know, talking about
Colombo.
Yeah, you know, they were wearing gold like it was just, you know, like I got on this old ragged shirt. You know, he like, look at these folks, man. You know what I'm saying? He done found a nest of riches. You know. And my hand have found a nest of, as a nest of riches of the people, and as one gathered eggs that are left, have I gathered all the earth. Job 9:24. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. Yeah, because nobody, you know, we weren't in that state of mind. But now the Lord is raising up men of the Lord, man, to call you out.
That's right.
Call you out on your wickedness, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's what's happening now. That's why you know what I'm talking about, you getting all up in their arms and coming up with this draconian legislation, striking folks' channels down and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You ain't slick.
Yeah.
We ain't ignorant of your devices to water your house by y'all shot. We know we know why you do what you do.
God.
But in all due time, everything's gonna come about according to the Lord's will. Even your wicked ass doing the things that you're doing.
That's right.
It says, go ahead, you got it. I don't think that's the point on that.
Okay, Con, I got a precept too, just to back the brother up. This is Isaiah 13, and this is 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. This is talking about Esau, man. All right? And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Who's the terrible? Esau, man. And the haughtiness, these words, haughtiness, proud, arrogance. This is all pride. This is Esau. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, bringing it back to the original point. Hey, Jake, you don't want to be latched on to this man, because he's not going to go unpunished, man. Because it said, what? Pride coming before what? Destruction. This man is destined to be destroyed. All right, he the child of pride. You don't want to take on this vibration, man. All right, you see what he's doing out here. He's what? He exalted himself as the Lord.
As the Lord, man. Matter of fact, go to the top of that. Go to the top of it.
One.
Start at 1.
All right, this is Isaiah 13:1, and we read, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
These governments, man. Lift up the banner of the high mountains. What's that banner? Go ahead,
The scriptures.
These scriptures, come on.
Exalt the voice unto them.
Go ahead, Doc.
Shake the hand.
What it just said right there, it says, verse, like real quick, I'm going to grab this right here. It says, and there was none, this is Isaiah 10 and 14, and there was none that moved the wing or opened the mouth or pick up beat. But now that has all changed. Read it out. Read it out. Waving the hand. Read it out.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. These scriptures.
Going out the highways and hedges. Where you at? You know, where you go and buy your fruit. Where you go and buy your groceries. Where you go buy your hair, nails extensions. You know what I'm talking about?
Cheap places of concord.
Yeah, when you go buy your big lots furniture and shit. You know what I'm talking about? We right there. Go ahead out.
Right. It says, shake the hand.
Yeah, when you meals out there. You know, you so-called white folks, and you 2/3 jakes, you niggas, spiggles, and tontos. Go ahead out.
That they may go into the gates of the
Go
nobles.
into the gates of the, and they listening, like the brother said, man. Look at, you can't even talk, have a proper conversation with your woman, man. You got an iPhone, you got any kind of phone, they got cameras on it and whatnot. This ain't nothing but a damn tracking device, man.
That's right. Listening device, recording device.
Go ahead out.
I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones in mine anger.
That's the point. That's the point right there. You being called out on your madness, man. His sanctified ones, huh? Who are that? The service of the Most High Yahweh by Sunnah Al-Shah. Lord willing, we be those men, beginning with the apostle elders, and down to brothers such as ourselves. You know, call to shake the hand, call you out on them charges.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like you go to court and whatnot, and they'll say, point to the defendant. And they turn around, right there, they got the folks go down that thing, typing and carrying on, you got the man in that drawing and whatnot. This is you being called out on your charges, man. You know, that's what's happening. And, but your court is in the court of public, though. You know, ain't gonna be no secret, though. So many people come in the courtroom, everybody can see this.
The destruction of God.
Everybody gonna see this.
Yeah.
You know, you're the precept.
Yeah. Well, that's to back you up with the cry being made. You know, he said back then nobody would speak against, you know, your wicked rule.
I mean, let me clean that up real quick. That was the disciple calling out things. Don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we're speaking about that time during the Renaissance and whatnot. You know, you had different awakenings. You know, different preachers and whatnot that got put to death back then. You know, but on this scale.
Right. And there was also a time when we was, you know, we were slaves too. You know, coming out of slavery, nobody, you know, we wasn't speaking up like that. We had a few people that spoke up, you know, groups, Marcus Garvey, you had Nation of Islam, Black Panthers, and all of them. They all ultimately failed.
They were
came
compromised.
to naught.
Yeah.
They were compromised. You know why? Because the Lord told us to what? To wait upon Him, for Him to rise up to the prey. We were told to do what? Hey, to hit them highways and go to cheap places of concord. Well, you know, we ain't tough. Weapons all warfare and carnal. We ain't walking around with AK-47s and you know, doing all military drills and all that other shit there. You know, we're here to what? Go on the highways and byways and preach this. That's why it's prophesied in Matthew 25 and 6. It says what? And at midnight there was a cry made, because at midnight, which is what we're in right now, the end of Esau's rulership. All right, which is coming into the what? The beginning of Jacob's rulership, which is going to last forever. That's a kingdom forever. All right. It says, and that cry is being made by who? By the elect. It says, behold, the bridegroom cometh, because that's what the elect is saying. Behold, the bridegroom is coming. All right. Therefore, do what? Repent. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. Stop sitting on your hands, man. Pussyfooting around, man. It's serious times, man. Constantly watching and filtering current events through the scriptures. All right. We're telling you these things. The bridegroom is coming. Go ye out to meet him. All right. So letting the brother know, backing the brother up. We're saying it now, man. All right. We're calling Esau out with his wickedness. And we're calling our people out too. Telling them to repent. All right. So within that is what? Telling our people to repent or you will be destroyed, and telling Esau he will be destroyed too. The wicked is not going to go unpunished. So our people, you got to repent. Or you're going to partake in the destruction that's coming upon Babylon. And just let you know, just still on topic, but going off gear a little bit, with the cyber attacks that's currently happening as we speak. 8:20 right now, as we speak, cyber attacks is happening to the U.S. Man. They're trying to target electrical grids and so forth and so on.
Yeah, man, he telegraphing what he's doing for the most part. That's why the scripture said, and I think it's 2 Corinthians, First Corinthians, grab it from the Bible shop real quick. 2 Corinthians 2:11. I do believe, if not, it's 1 Corinthians 2. I think it's 2 Corinthians 2:11.
I'm not ignorant of Satan's devices.
Yeah, you know, this man telegraphing what he doing, man. You ever seen a football player, you know, he throw a Hail Mary and the lineman, you know, the linebacker see it cocking back. He telegraphing it, man. You know, by way of the scriptures, by way of this truth, by way of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that the Lord has bestowed upon us, you know what I'm saying? Call halal Yahweh Yahushua, you know. We can see him telegraphing shit, man. It's like
this is 2 Corinthians 2:11, and we read, lest Satan should get an advantage of us.
Mm-hmm. And the adversary to the Most High, man, and who is that in the flesh? These so-called white folks, man. Unless he get an advantage of us, boy, it's like
mm-hmm. For we are not ignorant of his devices.
We ain't ignorant of none of this, man, because see, one thing that's damn sure about this white boy, he's not innovative. You know what I'm talking about? He's gonna be using things of past.
That's
yeah,
right.
He's not full of it. He's not full of imagination like Jake.
God.
You know what I'm talking about? So the people pass for lack of imagination. You know what I'm talking
He's
about?
gonna recycle it.
You know what I'm saying? He's gonna recycle it. So through the scriptures, through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, you know, by way of the Most High Yahweh, you're able to see the recycling of his shit, man.
That's right.
I mean, it becomes as clear as day.
That's right.
You know, it becomes as clear as day.
It's an old saying of the world. He that does not know his history is doomed to repeat it. So hey,
on your point.
Yeah, calm. So you know, knowing Esau, you know, knowing that saying, and knowing Esau, if you don't learn your enemy, especially Esau, you gonna let him get over.
You become a damn a puppet, a stool to his ass. Yeah. That's what majority of our people have come. Grab that Isaiah 14 and the KJV, real quick, Bible shop, and go down to verse 21, I believe.
Isaiah 14, we go 21. Okay. This is Isaiah 14:21, and we read, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
And just going back to that point where the Lord requires that which is of the past. You understand what I'm saying? Now going back to Nahum 1:3, where the Lord is slow to anger, but he would not at all acquit the wicked. Understand? Now this is Isaiah, no, this is Job. Check this out, this is Job 27:13. It says, this is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, go back to that again, Isaiah 14:21. If his children be multiplied,
prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
If this is the portion of a wicked man, Job 27:13. This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread.
Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquities of their father, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Hey man, this man is he's gonna meet a gruesome end. You know, he's gonna meet a gruesome end.
So Lord, clean on to this, man.
You know, he's gonna meet a gruesome end. You know, and they shall not be satisfied with bread. It says that those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. And his widows shall not weep. When the Lord flipped the script on them and put these curses on these other nations, mainly started with you so-called white folks. You know how women do us and dog us out, and you know, you know, disrespectful and shit, you know what I'm talking about? That's gonna be your ass. Yeah, that's gonna be a sight to see. You know. And the Lord, what it says in Thessalonians, I don't know if it's first or second Thessalonians, it says it is a righteous thing to recompense, you know, trouble or tribulation of those. I'm working paraphrase. Man, that's gonna be beautiful, man. You know, to see your women goddamn boot up at you and treat you like you ain't shit. You know, And that's most of what we deal with when we deal with so-called black women. And they ain't trying to make this about the black woman, but we're just showing you the things that we had to go through. Your weak ass ain't gonna be able to take it, but you're gonna have to. You may not be built like that, but guess what? You're gonna have to.
Hey, that's right. Hey, so when the kingdom happens, hey, that's the stuff we're waiting for. To rule over our oppressors. I got Revelation 13:10 right here. I want to get that.
Go ahead.
Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, Esau. He that, and all these nations too, but focus on Esau right here. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The patience and the faith of the saints. How he did us, we're going to do him. We can't wait to get our hands on Esau and do unto him what he's done to us. We can't wait to do that, man. And guess what? Like the brother brought out, and your wives, they're not gonna mourn over your deaths, man. You see how wicked this world is, all this adultery. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be really on the minds of half of these Edomite women. They gonna want to be with us.
Yeah.
They not gonna mourn you. Just how our women today, like the brother was elegantly getting into, what? They don't mourn us today. We get shot down on the streets. Matter of fact, they'll call the Romans on you for you to get shot down on the streets. There's plenty of videos that's called, our black women call them what? Bullet bags and all this other shit. They call us bullet bags, man.
Bullet bag.
Cursing us all out, wishing us death. That's going to be your woman, man. That's going to be your woman. The curses are going to switch, man. But to the patience and the faith of the saints is what? Us, we can't wait to rule over you. We can't wait to lay hands on you, man. We can't wait, man. That's what I have, man.
I'm looking for that scripture where the Lord said he can put the curses. Ain't it in Deuteronomy? Days of consideration. As the Father is.
He's going to reverse those curses, man. And they're going to have them, man. They're going to be cursing them out. All right? They're going to be having children and leaving their children. You know what I'm saying? All what they, and we see them kind of reversing.
God, here it is right here. This is Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7, and it reads, and the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies. And he is, Psalms 83 real quick, on our enemies. Read that real quick, because we're going to, hey, listen here. This is to you, any of you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans watching, man. Because I asked my neighbor a few days back, man, you got any enemies? Nah, I ain't got no enemies. But I guess it don't pertain to you then,
Right.
I guess it don't pertain to you because you do have enemies unbeknownst to you, And it reads again, Deuteronomy 30 and 7, and it reads, and the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which pursueth thee. Go ahead, up.
Start at the top.
Start.
Psalms 83. A song of song of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they have hate thee have slaughtered, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They proud, man. They lifted up the head, man. They got power over us, man, because guess what? Majority of the time when we went into slavery, man, we wasn't calling on those names, man. Pursuant to Proverbs 17 or 18 and 10, that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous one in it are safe. Wasn't safe, man, because we wasn't calling on the name, man. Wasn't calling on those names. So they lifted up. They understand how to separate. If you can separate these people from their power, we got them.
That's right. They have taken crafty counsel against our people and consulted against our hidden ones.
Who are the hidden ones, man? You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Natives, and Seminoles, and Indians. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. All these terminologies, when you go into them and Google them, they have nothing to do with you. That's not your nationality. So you're hidden amongst the people. While other people rob and pretend and walk around and perpetrate the fraud. Go ahead.
Right. They have said, come and let us cut off from being a nation. The name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
And so, quite frankly, the name of Israel is still in remembrance, but it's talking about the people. It's talking about the people. You don't remember who you are. That's why this calling is being going out. Go ahead out.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
G8 Summit, World Economic Forum,
WF,
EU, EF, what it is, what they call it, United Nations.
United Nations Human.
You ain't got no seat there. You don't have a seat at the table of power.
As a matter of fact, they won't even really take you serious at a table of power, man. You know, donations like the brothers getting into, they have taken crafty counsel against us.
Crafty.
They are not going to give us a seat or a fair shake in this life. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Behind the scenes, they know what? If we're connected to our power, we win.
Yep.
So they know what? They have to cut us off from our power, which is direct war against the Lord. They know that. They are our enemies. They know this.
Real quick. Crafty. It reads it says clever at achieving one aim by indirect or deceitful methods.
See?
Again.
Crafty.
Clever at achieving one's aim. They had an aim, they had an agenda that they had to achieve by indirect or deceitful methods.
That's right. Think tanks, this, they got together and they really brainstormed.
That was real talk. That universities. You go back to the late 1800s, around about 1890s or so, and the Rockefellers funded your so-called universities, your school system. There was no educational system prior to that. Go and Google it.
Good.
The crafty counsel. And what spawned from that? Think tanks.
They talking about destroying you. Margaret Sanger.
Yep.
Come on, they got together in these think tanks, man, and they said, you know, how people gonna kill these motherfuckers, man? The feminist movement. You know, I mean, come on, we can keep on going.
Yeah, we can run it down.
We can keep on going. But guess what? The point is, man, they have gotten together, all these nations, man, and they have consented. They have what? One consent. They are confederate against thee. All right. The tabernacle of Edom.
Who?
Number one, the tabernacle of Edom.
Stop right there, guys. Number one. The knuckle dragging caveman, the lice mother. You know what I'm talking about? The one that the commercial where it says it's so easy even a caveman can do. Number one. The number one. Him. The one that anytime you say these folk going into slavery, Jake don't even think about that's the first one he want to save. It's him. Unbeknownst to you, that the water your house by shooting out shy, it ain't left to you, Jakes. His ass is going to slavery.
Done. Done for.
You understand? He's going to pay a recompense. That means a payback. But go ahead, I'll go ahead and read off the rest of it. Because these are your enemies.
Okay. The tabernacles of Edom.
So-called white folks.
And the Ishmaelites.
Them ragheads, they call them the sand niggas, what they call Arabs. They be selling you chicken cooked in lard grease at them damn gas stations.
Yeah, 1 o'clock in the morning. Right. Of Moab.
Yeah, that's them damn Chinese folks going over to Dallas, Texas, hitting up them damn them big ass places where they stock good outdated canned sodas and meats and shit, and they bring it to these damn convenience stores in your local neighborhood. They setting up tents in your neighborhood, selling you outdated products, and that motherfucker eat anything, man.
Yeah.
You can eat bats, spiders, and water bugs, and
anything,
you know, anything.
Humans. they selling feet and over there across these. They selling feet with peppers on them. Look it up. So of Moab and the Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes, I think that goes into those Africans.
Oh, okay.
Those taking baths and piss and cow piss Africans.
Right.
Somebody that you want to be. You know what I'm saying? You Jake, I'm African American.
You know what's funny? Look what they say. All the Jakes, they want to be Egyptian. They want to be Imhotep with the gold and shit. But nobody want to be the Hamite with the cow peeing on his head with the bowl in his leg.
Cause they all Hamites.
Yeah, they all Hamite. Why everybody got to be that? And you don't even know about that. For real. But what about them bleeding, drinking blood, and letting cows pee on them? How about that? And the Hagarenes. It says Gabal and Ammon and Amalek.
Amalek, which is the chief. Well, he's actually the grandson of Esau, Edom. You know what I'm talking about? But he's an Edomite. You know what I'm talking about? Those are the ones that occupy the land of Israel right now. Those Jewish people. You know. Those Jewish people. Those warlike people. You know, that little small nation over there, you know what I'm talking about? Go ahead,
The Philistines
Yeah.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
all of these people are your enemies. That's the point.
Right.
That's the point. The point is these are your enemies. You know what I'm talking about? And the Lord gonna put them down. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna put them down. These people are gonna go into slavery. You understand? They're gonna build up the land of Israel. They're gonna build up our kingdom. You know, just like we done to them. You know, the scripture say, you know, I bless thee that blessed Jacob, and you know, you telling that to Abraham, and I curse thee that cursed thee. And all of Europe, Russia got what they call Russian icons or so-called jakes over there, man. You know, our people in England call them Moors and things of that. Those are Israelites. Built up those nations, man. Who you think built America? Huh? They gonna do the same thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? And it's gonna be tough titty for them because guess what? They not built like us. You know what I'm talking about? All the hell we've been put through, we still here because of our power.
That's right.
First and foremost, let's not get slick. Let's not get fancy. It's because of our power.
God. That's right, brother. Let's stay humble.
It's because of our power. You know, somebody beginning with the Most High Yahweh, and his only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. There's a reason we still walking and talking today. You know what I'm talking about? And these people cannot believe it. But you got anything? Hey, with that, hey, we hope that this sit down was edified. You know, to feed the lambs of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, the sheep. You know. And with that, we're going to close out by giving infinite honor and praise to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. A double honors to the apostle, elders of Great Millstone, Abba Ball, Shalom, Kwam Yashala,
Kwam Yasharala, DTA.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh. All right. I'll do this.
Okay, keep on tossing. Bring it back, don't be gone.